What's good, everybody on YouTube? This is your boy Akil McLeod back with another video, and today I got a huge shoe haul to share with you guys. These are just a bunch of sneakers and some boots as well that I picked up over this weekend to resell on eBay and on Poshmark. I picked up most of these shoes from places like Ross. I got some from some consignment shops like Buffalo Exchange and Plato's. And I also picked up some from some smaller thrift stores outside of Goodwill and Savers because the ones in my area are just way too expensive to source there anymore. So if you guys are interested in these kind of videos, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and without further ado, let's get into it. Alright y'all, so starting things off is this pair of Nike golf shoes, and I actually picked these up from Ross for 35 bucks, and these shoes usually do resell on eBay somewhere between, I seen comps as low as about 75 and as high as about 110. So I know there's going to be a ton of these listed, so these might sit for a while because usually some of the shoes that I do pick up from Ross sometimes does sit for a while, but there definitely is some good money to be made from these. And the good thing is I was able to grab up two pairs. I believe one is in a size 9.5 and the other one is in a size 13, so two decent sizes. 13 might sell faster than a 9.5, who really knows, but at the end of the day, golf shoes will be selling like crazy over the next few months, and I've been sourcing a bunch of them and they have been selling fairly quickly for me. So anytime I can find some good golf shoes in a decent size for a decent price, I'll always pick those up. So definitely be on the lookout for golf shoes for the next few months, because like I said, during the summertime, golf clothing, golf shoes, those are going to be selling like crazy. Keeping things going with the golf shoes is another pair of golf shoes, and this is the pair of Nike Flyknit Racer G's, and the G stands for golf, of course, and these usually do sell somewhere between about 70, sometimes as high as about 90 to 100 bucks, usually just depending on the market at that time. Right now, of course, there's going to be more of an influx on these, so I'm probably going to wait until a lot of people kind of sell theirs out, because with Ross shoes, sometimes you got to realize that Ross, the inventory is available basically to everyone in the country, everywhere that there's a Ross, and they usually do get a lot of the same shoes. So sometimes with me, what I like to do is just wait until everybody else sells their stuff off, and then I'll usually get top dollar for mine. So I might go ahead and do that with these as well. I had a similar pair not too long ago, a couple months ago actually, and those sold for 70 bucks, but that was in a different colorway. So we'll see how these do, but I'm pretty sure I won't be getting anything less than 70 bucks, basically doubling my money on these, because I did spend 35 bucks for these as well. And the last Ross shoe, which is definitely my favorite. I actually wish this was my size. I even wish they had more, because I would have grabbed all of them that they had, but these are a pair of Air Max 95, and I believe this is the chili red colorway. It does look more like an infrared colorway, but we'll see what it when I do more research, I'll let you guys know what the comps are and the actual name is. But this is a size 9.5 in men's, and these were 60 bucks, but these should easily sell for at least 120. I might even price them a little higher, because these shoes are definitely highly sought after, and like I said, I wish that I had more pairs of these, because this is stuff like this that I would love to keep in stock. Keeping things going with the Air Max 95s, this is another pair of Air Max 95, and this was a size 13, and these are actually brand new without the box, and I picked these up from Buffalo Exchange for about 30 bucks. So this was a really good find for me, and usually when I come across anything in Buffalo Exchange, you kind of gotta just hope that they don't know what they had, and thankfully they didn't hike the price up too badly on these. And these are a size 13, so I'll probably price these very similar to the other Air Max 95, somewhere between 120, maybe 130. Wait for the right buyer to come along. But these shoes were in really good condition. Like I said, practically brand new without the box. There is some stains on the uppers, but I think that's basically just from either storage or somebody had these for a while and they were just bounced around, but definitely absolutely nowhere on the bottom. So I'm just gonna make sure the uppers look really nice. And since this is more like a leather material, I might use a rubber eraser to remove some of the light scuffs that's on here, because like I said, it really just looks like anytime you store shoes and you kind of like put them together and stuff like that, they usually will get some light marks, but that's very easy for me to get off. So like I said, I'll use some erasers to get some of this off, and I actually have a white like shoe eraser that's perfect for these type of stuff. I wouldn't suggest you use a regular pencil eraser, because that can definitely damage your shoes. I always make sure I'll always leave some Amazon affiliate links for you guys, so you guys can find some of the shoe cleaning materials that I do use, and that eraser definitely does wonders when it comes to these small kind of scuffs. But like I said, I picked these up for about 30 bucks, and these should sell for about 120 to maybe 140. Next up, we got a Nike Air Vapor Max, and this is in a size 6.5 in women, so this is a really small size, but this should definitely still sell well. And I actually picked these up from a local consignment shop. That shop was actually really expensive, but sometimes some stuff just slips through the cracks, and they actually had these only for 20 bucks. So this should definitely sell pretty well for me. I'll probably price these maybe around 70 to 80 bucks since these are in such good condition. And I actually did have to throw these in the washing machine just to make sure that they were a lot cleaner. They did have some stains and some scuffs, so that's probably why they priced them a lot lower. But Vapor Max, any knitted material shoe, I always tell you guys I usually just throw those in the washing machine and clean them up really easily. And that's what I did with these to kind of get them back to their, just make them look more appealing for buyers overall. So I should definitely get a decent amount of money on these, maybe 70, maybe 80 bucks. But Vapor Max as a whole, they don't sell for as much as they used to, so I might be shooting up a little too high, but I'll definitely share some comps on the screen with you guys just in case you guys come across a similar pair. Next up is no stranger to the channel, and this is a pair of Hoka 11s, and these are for women as well, and I believe these are in a size 6. And this wasn't in the best condition, but overall these were pretty nice and pretty clean. I also had to throw these in the washing machine because they did have a smell to them, and usually any shoes that I try to sell, I make sure that they don't have any smells or anything like that. So for these, I did throw these in the washing machine along with the Vapor Max. And the price point on these, I'll probably get maybe 40 to 50 bucks for these. I'm not going to shoot too high because they are pretty used and they do have some scratches and some scuffs. But overall, I should definitely get a good return on these because I picked these up from a thrift store for only 5 bucks. So this should be a really good flip. Moving along with the thrift store finds, this is another pair of sneakers I picked up from a local thrift store, and these were only 7 bucks. And New Balance, I usually, anytime I would find these, especially a pair of 990s, I usually price these a little too low, but I was always making a mistake on those. That's why they would sell so fast. But these usually do sell. I used to sell them for like 40 bucks, sometimes 50 bucks, but there's a lot of people that are still wearing these, and these are kind of highly sought after, especially this colorway. So I'm gonna price these on the higher end, probably around 70 to 80 bucks. See how long it takes to sell. If it takes maybe longer than 30 days to sell, I'll probably lower the price point on those. But definitely keep that in mind when you guys are sourcing New Balance. Some sell for a ton of money and some don't, and I was just always making that same mistake, pricing these a little too low. But I'm gonna price these on the higher end and see how they do. Keeping it going with the thrift store shoes, these are a pair of SAS, and the SAS stands for San Antonio shoes, and these shoes were brand new without the box. As you guys can see, the bottoms are really nice and really clean, and I spent $8.99 on these, and that was a little too much. That I usually don't prefer to spend that much on these shoes, but because they were brand new without the box, I could easily get 50 to 60 bucks for these. And they might sit for a while because I do have a few other SAS shoes in the inventory, and they don't sell as fast as they used to. So drop a comment if you guys sell SAS and how fast they usually do sell. But for me, they sit a lot longer than they used to. So I'll probably price these on the higher end since they are brand new without the box, and we'll see how they do. But usually anytime I get these new without box, I sometimes get around 50 bucks. And if they're used, I'll probably get somewhere between 30 and 40. So definitely keep that in mind if you guys are outsourcing San Antonio shoes. Next up, we got a pair of Puma basketball shoes, and these were in really good condition as well. These actually came out last year, and a ton of NBA players was actually wearing these. I know a lot of rookies were wearing these as well, and the value on these aren't as high, but honestly, I picked these up because I know they were my size, so I might just go ahead and wear these a little bit to the gym and then go ahead and sell these. But honestly, these might sell for around 50 to 60 bucks. They might sell for a little less. I didn't even check the comps yet. This is definitely more of like an impulse flip, just because I know I want to keep certain stuff in my inventory and have them available. So these shoes, in my opinion, are really dope, really clean. I'll probably still clean them up a little bit on the uppers just to make sure that they are really nice and appealing for buyers, but I'm not expecting anything more than 60 bucks for these. But as usual, I'll definitely put some comps up here for you guys so you guys can check out and see how much these actually sell for on eBay. Next up, we got a pair of Kyrie Fives, and I believe these have like a rocket logo on the back of these. And after checking the comps while I was in the store, these usually do sell. The price point kind of fluctuates. I've seen some sell for as low as 70, and I've seen some sell as high as 150. So these are clearly used, and they did have some scuffs and some stains, but I can easily clean those up. And once I get these all cleaned and ready to go, I'll probably price mine somewhere in the middle, maybe between about 90 to maybe 120. And these are in a size 14. So this is a good size, mainly because they are a basketball shoe. People aren't really wearing these casually. So I'm pretty sure a hooper will definitely pick these up somewhere between 90 to 100 bucks. Only because I'm pretty sure I'm the only person with a size 14 on eBay with these. So once I get these listed, I'll be good to go, and I should definitely see a good return on these, because I think I only spent 25 bucks for these from a Buffalo Exchange as well. Alright y'all, we only got 2 shoes left, so if you guys are still here, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But moving along is a pair of boots from the brand Justin, and Justin boots, if you guys check the comps on these, they usually do fluctuate sometimes. I've seen some sell for as low as 30 and 40 bucks, and I've seen some sell as high as 100 and 150 bucks. These boots in particular, I'll probably price these somewhere in the middle, probably around 50 to 60 bucks, and I actually picked these up from a smaller thrift store for only 10 bucks. So hopefully there is a good amount of money to be made with these boots. I'm pretty sure they will flip fairly fast. Overall, pretty good condition. There is some normal signs of wear on the uppers, some distressing on the leather, but overall these shoes are still in really good condition, so hopefully these do sell fast. And last but not least is my favorite shoe so far, and one of my best pickups in the month of January. This is a pair of Lebron 16s in the What The colorway, and these were absolutely crazy. And this is the main reason why I like to source at places like Buffalo Exchange and Crossroads and a lot of those consignment shops, only because usually the buyers, they don't really know what they're buying, so sometimes they might slap a very low price point on a pair of shoes. And these shoes, believe it or not, sell for 300 bucks. As high as 300. I've seen some sell for like 200, 250. These are clearly used. I don't have the original box, so I'll probably price mine in the middle, somewhere between 250 to maybe 300. I'll probably price it high and see what happens, but this was a crazy find, and of course it was in my size as well. But I probably won't even be wearing these to the gym, just because I know I'll get such a good return on my investment with these shoes, so I don't even want to chance it and mess them up. But overall, these were in really good condition, and like I said, most consignment shops, unless they're doing their research right there on the spot, a lot of times they're gonna price shoes fairly cheaper. So you guys definitely have a really good opportunity, especially if you don't mind spending a little more. Oftentimes you're not gonna spend thrift store prices. You're gonna have to spend sometimes 40, 50, and 60 bucks for some shoes. But as long as you're willing to spend a little more money, you can definitely get some really good deals. And this one was definitely my find of the year so far. We'll see how they do. Like I said, I'll price it somewhere between 250 and 300 and just wait until the right buyer comes along. But these shoes are super rare, super exclusive, and overall really good condition, so I'm definitely excited about these. Alright y'all, that's all I got for today's video. So if you guys enjoyed that one, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you guys are experiencing anything similar to me, where your thrift stores are very expensive and you guys find it kind of hard to source, you definitely just gotta be more creative. You gotta hit up your Ross, you gotta hit up Marshalls, you gotta hit up your outlets. For me, at this point, I'm really focusing on shoes, so I'm basically going anywhere shoes are sold. That's where I'm trying to go. Of course, I'm going to be hitting up some garage sales and estate sales as well, and I'm going to be taking you guys along with me when I hit up some of these garage sales over these next few weeks. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
For the winner, cause you felt like you was losing, only for the winner. Move just to keep from cooling, like only for the winner, only for the winner, only for the winner. Boy, my heart is cold, and I'm too cool to sweat it. I should've never offered it. I'm tight and now I'm off this shit.